Hi everyone, good evening. Welcome to my channel Motivation Hub, and this is the first podcast series by Sai Krishna. And welcome to the episode 3 with eminent person in our channel, Mukut Khanduwal from Indian Institute of Technology, Madras. Sir, today we are very happy to have your talk on our channel, sir. And it is really a boost up episode for all the aspirants of Indian Institute of Technology who want to build up their career as the young engineers and bright engineers in the future. And once again, in your busy schedule, also for accepting our immediate request and giving your talk on the channel, sir. And I'm very happy for that. Once again, thank you so much, sir.
Uh,
Now,
Thank you, Sai Krishna.
yes,
Thank you
sir.
so much for the kind words.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let's begin.
Yes, sir. So today So today we have with us Mukund Kandwal. He's from Indian Institute of Technology, Madras, and he's also known he's also known as co-curricular affairs secretary at Indian Institute of Technology, Madras, and he's also experienced as a student head in entrepreneurship cell from IIT Madras, and he's also a core development and associate in in Chennai area in India, and he's also a project intern in Bosch who worked on two-wheelers and power sports. And he's also a deputy internship coordinator in internship team at Indian Institute of Technology, Madras. Sir, I'm very happy to interview on my channel, sir. And
A pleasure.
yeah. So, as your experience is seeing a lot of inspiration for all the audiences, so what is your inspiration in doing all these things as a student, intern head, and as a co-curricular head? What is your inspiration, sir?
Right. So I would essentially say, every person who is motivated enough to take up something or the other has some form of inspiration. Well, for me, my inspiration was indeed uh, my own struggle to achieve the better version of me, definitely. Just like many other people definitely have. But the thing being, the kind of seniors with whom I've interacted with, who were really, really close to me back when they were in the institute. So yes, definitely they were a really good inspiration for me. They helped me in understanding the way things should be carried forward, the way professionalism has to be taken ahead, the way in which things can be made much, much better even when we really feel that things are about to be a pitch perfect thing. So yeah, these are the factors that have motivated me to a greater extent.
Yes, sir, that was very nice, sir. What are your three best books that you can suggest and that will help the people to develop their personality as per your readings?
All right. Uh, if you talk about three books which I would specifically recommend, well, the first book will be definitely How to Win Friends and Influence People. That's one book which is something very, very close to me, something from which I've learned a lot of people management skills, how to interact with different set of people, how to make people believe in your idea and invest time on that. This was something which was very, very specific. Coming to the other two books, well, this is something which is a bit personal for me based on experiences that I have had so far. So one of the book, it's a very, very small book, Men's Search for True Meaning. So that's something which has inspired me quite a lot, something which has intrigued my mind to such a greater extent that, I indeed further started off exploring quite a lot of things. The third book that I would suggest, being personally exposed to the entrepreneurship domain of IIT Madras, it's Zero to One. That's something which is, really, really interesting and basically helps us out in understanding the basic approach in building things right from scratch. I mean, building things right from scratch is something that has always been of prime interest to me. That has always motivated me, and this is the very reason why I always believe in taking up something that has not yet started and then try to see what all things can be achieved. Yeah.
Yes, sir, that was very good recommendation, sir. And even I suggest all the people who are watching this podcast to read their books immediately and to flourish as a person. Thank you so much, sir. The
All
next
right.
question, sir. What are your experiences in the English staff madrasa? What's your biggest memory that you can share, which make you as a good person and a good communicative person in the society?
All right. So if I talk about my experience so far in IIT Madras, well, that has been fantastic. There's definitely a lot that I've learned from this institute. Not only in terms of academic experience that I have, but also the way in which we should take our life forward, be it through the various positions of responsibility in which I have been, or be it through the daily curriculum, or even the time that we usually spend with friends. The kind of people that have always surrounded me so far in my entire institute life have always been very much competent, and this is something that has always motivated me and inspired me to learn more and more about the things, be it from them, be it from different other sources. So yeah, that's something which is one of a kind experience that I've had so far in my life. Coming to the most strong memory or most striking memory that kind of helped me in driving the entire path uh, that I explored further in the institute was the time when E-Summit, which is the annual entrepreneurship fest of IIT Madras, uh, actually got over on 15th of April 2018. And I still remember, say, some 50, 60 people were sitting in a circle on the platform of the KV setup that we constructed for E-Summit. And the heads back then, Mr. Aman Verma and Mr. Dhanraj Suli, they were giving the final ending speech for the overall tenure. I still remember the strong emotions and the strong, synergies that were created, the kind of impact that we generated, and the way they were telling. It was really, really inspiring, and that was the point of time when I realized that this is something which is beyond what we usually typically learn in our classroom. I mean, the kind of work that we have achieved, the kind of impact that we have created, the kind of difficulties which we overcome was indeed something that was really, really amazing. And yeah, that I would say is one of the strongest memory that I have. And that particular memory was the one which kind of steered my overall journey in IIT Madras ahead. I then thought of taking up the leadership position in that particular organization, both to help myself grow, at the same time to help organization even reach further heights. And yes, with the support of amazing set of people that I have had in my journey so far, the journey was really wonderful. And yeah, we kind of achieved quite a lot of things. There were like a lot of hurdles which were there on the way, quite a roller coaster ride, but in the end the learning was immense. And yeah, I'm truly indebted to those two heads who really helped me in shaping this overall journey to be indeed a really, really memorable and enriching one. Yeah.
Yes, sir. You have worked as an entrepreneur still head, sir. So, being entrepreneur head, so what are the entrepreneur thoughts that you suggest? Because what are the things that an entrepreneur should have according to you?
All right. Well, that's a very, very subjective question, I would say. Being the head of entrepreneurship cell, I would definitely suggest that, this is something which I even usually tell to all my team members in entrepreneurship cell, that it's completely fine that if anyone doesn't really want to be an entrepreneur, that's absolutely fine. That's his or her own choice. But being entrepreneurial in your mindset, being have developing an entrepreneurial mindset to carry out your various activities of daily life is something that is indeed a goal to achieve. So my message to all the people outside there is to have a really, really structured way of thinking, to start off exploring what better and what new things can be done. It doesn't really always is the case that whatever we have been conventionally doing is always the right approach. There should be a continuous trust to get something better, to build a better version of yourself, to build something for the greater and better cause. So yeah, I mean, this is something that everyone should really develop. Coming to my message for the budding entrepreneurs outside there. Well, guys, the real power always lies with the thirst to achieve something good. There might be a lot of difficulties which will be on the way. There'll be a lot of challenges. there'll be several times when we might not be able to stand, feel like standing again and then running in the journey. But the real champion is always the one who is consistent enough to continue his journey over the long time. Success is on its way. You just need to chase the dream. But the thing is, even if success is not being achieved, if a person is not able to achieve his or her success, the destined success which he was aspiring for, that's absolutely fine. I mean, there have been a lot of people who have been in a misconception that failure is something which should not be taken into the consideration. I would say failure is again a really really great learning. So better to take every failure in your path as a learning and then keep going ahead. So, yeah.
Yes, sir, that was really a fantastic message, and that motivates a lot of entrepreneurs to work on their passion. Thank you so much, sir. So, what is the one message that always keeps you happy and keeps moving on in your life?
Uh, so yeah, Sai Krishna, if I would say that one message which has always kept me motivated and kept me happy is one message from my mother when I started off my journey for preparing for the joint entrance examination. That was back in the year 2014. Yeah, 2014. So to me, she specifically mentioned this particular one thing that my child, don't really worry. I'm really sure that your thirst to achieve something really good is going to take you on a really really long way ahead. You'll be having a fantastic journey. Doesn't really matter if something in between the path is going wrong. Just keep striving for the betterment. Just keep your thirst alive to learn something new. So that was a very, very strong message. And I still remembered even during my tough times during JEE preparations or even during my tough times in IIT Madras, that is something that has always kept me motivated. Doesn't really matter that, one failure is coming. Obviously, you cannot really have a complete life full of success or, if you consider life to be a bed of roses, obviously not. Uh, Definitely, success can be a bed of roses, but journey is something which will be full of thorns. And the real person, the real winner is only the one who can actually pass that journey happily. And yeah, I mean, it's actually a subjective thing. It totally depends on you if you want to, go throughout that journey in a really, really happy way. That's up to you. If you really want to cry over each and everything, that's also up to you. So if you try to be happy, then definitely you are going to be happy. So, it's that one lie that you need to tell to yourself that, yes, I'm really happy with whatever I have. All I need to do is to achieve indeed something really, really better, to always keep on learning every day, every moment. And you'll soon realize that the lie which you have told to yourself that you're really happy will eventually become a truth. So, yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for that answer. Now, this is a technical question, sir. Being a technology science student from such a prestigious institute of India, so nowadays the artificial intelligence is growing more in any sector. So in the times, all the people are afraid that they're losing the jobs. So what your take on this? Because we need to have the artificial intelligence. We have to one side stay happy for progressing, or one side we need to feel sad our jobs are letting lost by this technology.
Yeah. So I would take this situation otherwise. Definitely, it might be the case that some people might be potentially losing job by virtue of artificial intelligence, but which is coming up. But it indeed also create a various opportunities for people to explore their further interest, to explore job in different other sectors. So it indeed create opportunity as well. Obviously, there is some sort of trade-off which is always there for anything and everything. With the advent of the first industrial revolution, definitely a lot of people who were into manual working might have lost their job. So is the case every time. So it's actually a very very natural thing that is coming up. You just need to adopt to it and try to see what are the other opportunities that can come up. Overall, I would say this is just an evolution, and the only thing that we need to learn is how to basically get adapted to it. So yeah.
Yes, sir. So what are your three biggest learnings of your life, sir? And the failures moment that you have experienced it and you have put into practice what you have learned in the life.
Okay, quite a personal question, but yeah. So I think the first learning that I have was back during my school days. During my school days, I used to be a really, really introvert person who was really afraid of anything and everything. And the only thing which I always wanted to focus in my life was uh, the academics. Well, that was a time when I used to have a really, really small circle of friends, and eventually those set of people also ended up betraying me. So that was indeed a really, really big chapter of my life, because it was me who was wrong in blindly trusting them. I should have been a bit more cautious. And yeah, I would say, though that was not so good experience, but it still was a really, really good learning opportunity for me. From there, I learned that you definitely need to build relations with people. You definitely need to be really, really a social person. Obviously, that's something which is required, but the major thing is that you really need to understand how to use your logics and intelligence to figure out what is actually wrong and what is actually right. There should not be any other person who should come and help you out in judging who are you. You are the real person who basically decides your own fate. You are the person who is constantly judging yourself. There's no one outside who can judge you out. So that was one of the learning. The other learning which I had was back during my JEE preparation actually. So there were a lot of times when so you might be knowing about that since you also being an IITN. Thing is that we regularly have this monthly preparatory test, something of that sort. So I also used to have quite a lot of tests. So there were a lot of times when I used to get really good marks. And that was a point of time when I started off becoming a bit overconfident. And yes, the next test itself taught me that you need not to be really overconfident. The journey is not over yet. Goal is even bigger. So yeah, that was something which was really a big learning opportunity for me. That taught me that the small milestones that you achieve should not really be the cause to make you really happy. The moment you become happy and the moment you become relaxed with the small achievement that you have, it's indeed a really, really bad retardation for your overall journey. So the goal and the key to success is to continuously strive hard and achieve the best thing. Well, the third learning that I had was sometime during my first year. I still remember, again, I was not so much vocal of a person. I used to really interact with quite a few set of people, and then that was the time when I was really afraid of anything and everything. I was really afraid of whatever outcome things are going to yield upon based on the kind of input that I gave. And this was a really, really tough journey for me, because whenever anything gets wrong, I used to get quite a lot disappointed. And that was kind of a self-realization for me when I started off looking at my other friends who used to take it really casually. Okay, fine. Something might have went wrong. Completely fine. If we keep on crying for things again and again, we are not going to go anywhere. So again, the thing is, you can either choose to cry over things, or you can either choose to consider those things as a really good learning opportunity. So yeah, these are the three biggest learning that I have in my journey of life so far.
That was truly inspirational, sir. Even that laid us the foundation to learn many more things that we need to also adapt in life, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Sir, now what are your tips to follow in JEE means examination, the strategy you follow, the preparation timetable you have followed, which will be helpful for the upcoming aspirants?
Okay, like this is again a very, very subjective thing. It depends on the kind of person you are, the kind of exposure that you have got in your past life. Definitely, when I was preparing for JEE, a lot of people who were studying such kind of questions right from their sixth standards. I mean, that's actually an age wherein a person usually enjoys his or her childhood. But yeah, indeed, so to me, it took pretty much of time to really learn and adapt the kind of pattern, the kind of routine, and would have been a really easier thing. So typically for me, with myself being a school student who literally focused only on the school work, I mean the school curriculum that was being followed, it was a pretty cumbersome journey for me at the starting point, wherein I literally need to started off figuring out that how I really need to study. I eventually ended up devoting quite a lot of time. At the start, it was somewhere around 12 hours. That's 12 hours for any of during any of the holiday time, or say if coachings are going on. I was typically a student from Kota, so yeah, we had coaching hours of around 6. There were 6 hours of coaching, and then afterwards I used to study for some 8 hours, doing all my assignments and solving all those sort of books. Yeah, it was the only thing that was there in the start. Later on, when I figured out, how I actually need to study, it was pretty much less time consumption which was there. I used to spend my entire time on just solving the modules and sheets that was given to me from the institute and the kind of books that were recommended. And once you actually start of getting into that particular mindset, you even uh, pacing up with the kind of assignments or the kind of schedules that are given to you. So yeah, I mean, initially it is going to be a bit hectic, but as soon as you get used to it, you are definitely going to help. The only key to success again here is, I know I have been repeating this thing quite a lot, but yeah, you need to be really consistent, at least for the day preparation thing. There might be a lot of ups and downs. There might be a lot of tests wherein you will get a really good rank. There might be a lot of tests where you won't get a good rank, good marks, bad marks. You might be really good at one subject. You might be really bad at at the other subject. The goal is to constantly strive to achieve at least bare minimum things for each of the subject. For example, if I'll talk about my case, I was really good in chemistry, and that was like my most favorite subject. Was not that good in maths. In fact, I still remember I used to cry a lot whenever I call at my home. Mama, I'm not really able to understand maths much. It's just the substantial work or the substandard work that I have been doing for maths. And the only thing which she keeps on saying me was, you just practice. If at all you have any doubt, ask your coaching instructors. And that really helped me a lot. Though I was not able to improvise much on it, but yes, that really helped me out in achieving the bare minimum thing which I was expecting from myself. So yeah, Sai Krishna, I'm not able to hear you, man.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, sir. And your tips will definitely will be followed by all the audience who are seeing this and the aspirants of IIT. Thank you so much, sir. And this is the end of the interview session, sir. And thank you so much for once again for giving your valuable time